They weren't sure if they were taking the test or the test was taking them. But the professor didn't look happy. She started to explain, if you compare this to our life, it's the same story. That is what makes and keeps us miserable. This has been my WhatsApp status since 2018. One day, a professor entered his classroom and told his 10 students that he has prepared a surprise test for them. They all waited anxiously for the test to begin. The professor handed out a folded question paper to each student and asked them not to unfold the paper until the bell rings. Once the bell rang, the students started unfolding the question paper. But to everyone's surprise, there were no questions in there. There was just a black dot in the center of the sheet. The professor, seeing the expression on her students' faces, told them, "I want you to write about what you see there. You have 10 minutes. The students were confused, but by the 5th minute, each one of them had started writing something anyway. They weren't sure if they were taking the test or the test was taking them. After 10 minutes, the professor took away all the papers and started reading each one of them out loud in front of all the students. All of them, without exception, defined the black dot, trying to explain its position in the center of the sheet. Once the professor finished reading out the 10 students' answer, the students felt relieved, knowing that none of them has answered the question differently. But the professor didn't look happy. She started to explain, "I'm not going to grade you on this. I just wanted to give you something to think about. Not one of you wrote about the white part of the paper. Why? Why do we tend to focus on the black dot when there's an abundance of white on the paper? If you compare this to our life, it's the same story. That is what makes and keeps us miserable. Life is like this large piece of white paper. All of life is there to enjoy. Yet we tend to focus on life's limitations and imperfections, which is the black dot on the paper. We are so used to the good things that we take them for granted, the same way we take the white of the sheet for granted. Instead of enjoying the endless number of good things that surround us, we zoom in on the few black dots. Here's my 4-step challenge to you. 1. Recognize the white around the black dot. That is, the good things instead of whatever problem you're facing. Can you do that? 2. Celebrate the good things instead of taking them for granted. If you think of it, we tend to unknowingly take a lot of things for granted. 3. See the black dot or the problem as it is. Don't magnify its presence, but don't ignore it either. 4. Then celebrate the problem too. For living a great life, negative experiences are just as important as positive ones. What positives can you see in your black dot? What can you learn from it? There is good in everything, if only we look for it. This has been my WhatsApp status since 2018. Anyway, here's the recap for you. Watch this video next to learn a simple secret that helps me easily deal with difficult people in any situation. Subscribe and I'll see you again next week. And as always, let's level up together.